writing a LinkedIn summary and headline for someone that has 2 jobs. And when we're doing this, we only get one profile. Only get one profile. So here's the conversation I would have with that client. First of all, is there a focus that is more likely to be aligned with the audience that's on LinkedIn? Because we know that some types of organizations are on LinkedIn more heavily than others. And so I just want to explore that first. Is there one focus that makes more sense to highlight on LinkedIn than the other? If not, then what I probably do for the LinkedIn headline and summary is take it to the brand foundation. So you show up as you in everything that you do. Your unique promise of value is something you carry into everything that you do, whether that's your strategic outlook or your, drive to be practical and or innovative or whatever it is. You bring that essence to everything that you do. And so I would want to bring that essence out first in the headline, in the summary, without being obtuse. Now, that means I can't be too broad because then, you don't stand for anything when you try to stand for everything. So I've got to figure out how to tie that brand foundation to some very specific keywords in those fields. And you can see right away how it's going to be easier if I pick kind of the lead field and then maybe a sub field. When I try to put 2 even, it's going to be hard. It can be doable. I don't know exact things that you're talking about, but you bring that foundation in, make sure that's really clear. This is who you are. This is how you add value. And then you can add in those keywords for those 2 separate areas and be clear about how you offer value in those 2 separate areas. The more different they are, the harder sell that's going to be. The more similar they are, the easier it will be because they'll kind of go together. If they're very different, like you have someone who's an accountant and an engineer, I would figure out which one's going to be the lead. What are they most likely to get traction on in LinkedIn? And let that one be the lead. Okay. Other questions? Trying to get back into HR. My background is 8 years in sales. Get back into HR. So this is a way that we can really, again, get to that brand essence. I was working with a person a while ago who had been an engineer and then went into financial services and now wanted to get back into engineering. And we had to talk about that piece of him that was a great engineer that also made him good as a financial advisor. So we could weave those 2 pieces together, make the summary more focused on the engineer piece, but we couldn't drop that financial piece out. Then we made the current job as a financial person a little bit shorter so that we moved quickly into that next job in HR. And of course, any kind of translating we can do. So I always talk about translate and reweight when we talk about resumes. And that means that we want to take the current job and pull out the pieces and highlight the pieces that are similar to the target job. So if I'm in sales, I want to talk about the people parts of that job, any leadership aspects, any hiring, firing, anything I did in my sales role that relates to HR. And I'm going to reweight that information from my sales job that is relevant to HR. I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to blow it up a little bit. And I might downplay the sales part a little bit, depending on what those look like and how relevant they are. But we want to translate into the language of the current job target. And we want to reweight from our job the information that's most relevant towards the job target. So that's our goal when we're writing, whether it's on a resume or LinkedIn, is to write to the future, right, for that job you want to target now, and really base everything you write from the past on that future.